Hi, and welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Grammar from Educasts. Our podcast this week helps you deal with the tricky aspect of punctuation.
Welcome to the masterclass on using quotation marks. There are a few simple rules concerning quotation marks and the use of quotations that, when used correctly, make a huge difference to your reader's understanding of what you write. There are two types of quotation marks, single and double. Double quotation marks look like two apostrophes together. They are used to show direct speech or a direct quotation from a piece of writing. Single quotation marks are actually called inverted commas, meaning upside down commas, and they look like one apostrophe at either end of a word or phrase. Beginning with the double quotation marks, these go at the start and the end of the actual words that have been spoken or written. For example, Janet asked, "Why can't we go today?" When the sentence begins before the quotation, as in this case, a comma is used before the quotation marks open. The punctuation that refers to the statement inside the speech marks, in this case a question mark, goes inside the speech marks. When quotation marks are being used around direct speech, a new speaker must take a new line. If a conversation is being written, each new speaker is effectively the start of a new paragraph. For example, Janet asked, "Why can't we go today?" "Because the road are flooded," John replied. "We'll go tomorrow." "Good idea," said Janet. In some cases, quotation marks aren't needed. If speech is reported, meaning that it is being summarised and it isn't stated word for word in the way that it was originally said, no quotation marks are needed. An example of this is, Janet asked why they couldn't go today and John replied that they would go tomorrow. No speech marks are used because the exact words that they've said haven't been recorded precisely, it's just a summary. Quotation marks can only be used if you are recording precisely which words were spoken. For quotations in academic writing, like in essays or in letters or articles, some basic principles apply. If just a couple of words are being quoted, they're shown in quotation marks within the line. For example, Peter Kay refers to drama as giving young people charisma and confidence in his autobiography. These words can be woven into the sentence, and as a result the writing is far more sophisticated. Some quotations are longer and they need to be set out differently. They're set out on a new line, indented, and a line is left both above and below the quotation. Naturally, quotation marks belong at the start and end of a quotation. For example, in his autobiography, Peter Kay discussed drama in schools and states that, "I guarantee that they'll exude a charisma and confidence for the rest of their lives as a result." Occasionally, there needs to be a quote inside a quote. In this case, the inside quote uses single quotation mark, like in the sentence, "Billy said, so then John told her, 'I don't want to go today,' and Janet cried." Other phrases that use single quotation marks are those where a definition is stated, e.g. nota bene is Latin for note well. In addition, single quotation marks are used after phrases such as entitled, marked, and the term. An example would be, "The book was signed Terry Pratchett." Finally, single quotation marks are used to show an inaccuracy or special meaning. For example, the free gift actually cost us 40. As with brackets, the punctuation at the end of the sentence, full stop, exclamation or question mark, belongs to the sentence. If the whole sentence occurred within the quotation marks, the final full stop will also be within the quotation marks. If the quotation marks occur within the sentence, then the full stop belongs to the sentence and therefore occurs outside the quotation marks.